But Mysterious JG, you seem to say. Why would you keep the footage where you completely forgot about the oxygen counter and died in the, not the mist, the dust? Why would you keep a whole, like, 2 videos worth of, content that ends that way? And to you I say, No, to you I actually say, I'm getting ready to go on vacation. I'm going to be on vacation. I'm going to be out of the country for a week. And I'm actually trying to get enough footage recorded on my various series that I can maintain my current pace. I'm uploading 60 minutes of new content every day, 90 minutes on weekends. Should I be doing that when I'm not monetizing the hobby? Maybe not. I don't know. But yeah, I kind of can't afford to record that much and just not use it. Look at it this way. There are LPers out there who would... you can look at this in a positive or negative light. I'm going to practice something without recording it several times, get really good at it, then record it once. That's probably a good way to do it. Or I'm going to edit out the bad takes. There are people who do one of those 2 approaches and then try to present it as a blind run that was perfectly done on the first try. You can't accuse me of that. I am not hiding the failures. Anyway, folks, welcome back to Let's Play Metal Gear Survive. I'm the Mysterious JG. I'm having all sorts of problems with the frickin' controls right now because, yeah, I'm now getting the pause button. It took me I'm not kidding, it took me 7 tries to pause before. That's pause. That's the button I just pressed to get to the menu a minute ago. And I just pressed there and got the menu a minute ago. So the game is being completely inconsistent. See, now I saluted. I didn't even know that was a thing. I was trying to get to this menu. So the options button always brings up this menu. But sometimes you also get that menu when you press the control pad in the middle. This game's controls are fucking... It's awful. But at any rate. So off screen, I did a little bit. I kind of realized that we had picked up some. Oh, Nicholas, you seem healthy and happy. We'd set up these gardens to grow medical plants. I never actually harvested them. So harvesting them and donating a decent chunk of them to mutualizing them has topped off our medical supplies, or at least it did until time passed, and I had a small. Little kid Nicholas is no longer sick, so these illnesses do go away by themselves over time. So you don't have to freak out too much about people getting, mild illnesses. I sent my teams off on another one of these missions. I probably spent a good 20 minutes off screen just going around organizing my inventory. I've switched to Molotov cocktails instead of mines in preparation for this mission. I baked some potatoes, that kind of nonsense. But what I'm realizing now is that we do need to expand our base. I don't know if this mission is going to trigger as soon as we do this, because once we expand our base, we have room for more defenses, but I don't think I get to build them until after. So, like, for example, I have defensive units. I can now build wooden barbed fences, which seem like they'd actually be pretty good, because I can stab through them like a normal fence, unlike the wooden fence. This does actually have the ability to stab through and not destroy the fence. But they also damage enemies when the enemies are stuck on them. They have less hit points than a normal fence. So it would probably be worth using these if I had another whole layer of defenses to build. But I don't until after this expansion. And I think the expansion triggers the base attack. So... Wait, I'm probably nuts. I probably get to expand the base and then activate the digger. No, never mind. Maybe not. This might be a cutscene where I expand the base and then get attacked. But I think maybe I get to activate the digger first. I guess we'll find out together.
We are now ready for battle.
Yeah, bitches!
From observing you all this time, I see how much stronger you've become.
Actually, I put on a few pounds and it's not muscle.
All that's left to do is, well, to go out there and do it. I pray you are victorious.
I'm praying for a healthy battle.
You guys ready for this?
Isn't this great, Chris? Now we can go back home.
Okay, apparently I don't get to just expand the base and then build defenses in the new claimed area and then trigger. The story's moving on.
Yeah. So this will all be over soon. Huh.
Yeah, maybe.
What are you gonna do, Miranda? Before you talked about maybe staying behind.
You thinking about maybe getting it on with me?
You're going back too, right, Captain? That being the case, so will I. I don't think I could survive by myself here.
Wait, I was talking to you. I'm Reeve. He's captain. We're different, I think.
But I want to come back someday. I want to find a way to cure the Wanderers.
I'm coming back someday. Gonna stay in Blue Detail.
I see. That's something you would do.
I hate you so much.
Well, you know, I think I'll be a little sad to leave this place behind, won't you? This has been a once-in-a-lifetime experience. I wouldn't mind spending a little more time here either.
Wow, Nicholas, I would say that's a really bizarre thing for you to say, except we don't really know anything about you other than, you understand the concept of barbecue or smoking.
I should leave you off the return manifest, Nicholas?
Ha ha. That is probably an attempt at humor.
Oh, good gravy. I was kidding. Hey, my name better be on that thing.
Whoa, zany comic relief black man in a Japanese game. I know that's a crazy concept.
Everyone, generating the wormhole home will be quite dangerous. Please stay focused until the operation is complete.
If possible, somehow you might want to assist the captain in defending the... who am I kidding? That's not going to happen. Oh, maybe I do get to build defenses, yeah.
As soon as preparations are complete,
Okay, I actually get to...
wormhole digger.
I actually do get to build defenses first. So, yeah, we're nowhere near leveling up yet. Who's to say what we'll get out of this mission, but we're definitely not close to leveling up yet. Alright, well. Campfire and hanging pots, smoker. We smoking. So what we need is what the world needs now. Vegetable farm corn. Oh, we don't have corn. Never mind. It's just taunting me with this one. I was like, wow, I could be building more vegetables. Building more vegetables. Oy. So it looks like we already have... I didn't mean to go all the way out of the menu. I was just wondering. So we've already got spiked barricades. Barricade made with sharpened pieces of wood. We've already got some of these, although they're gonna... Wow. I didn't think our construction view would show us this much of the ruins of Mother Base over there. So we don't get to construct there. So I would have to remove those in order to construct on them. The enemies kind of run between them anyway. So I could destroy these and build a whole lair. And you get to jump up here. You get to climb up there and attack enemies from above. I think that's to use Molotovs and potentially... grenades on them or guns. Obviously, from that height, I'm not going to be able to stab enemies with a spear. So I could eliminate these and build an entire fence around the outside. I guess I don't know exactly how many resources I'm going to have to work with. So here it would be like. Or I could just build another I could build more of these same things. And then inside that build a... So these are what? These are... I keep going all the way out when I just mean to get in close enough to actually see what's going on. Those are spiked barricades. I don't know if I'm able to build those. I've just got wooden barbed wire barricades. Yeah, I probably don't want to get rid of those because I don't, as silly as this sounds, I don't think I get to build more of them. At least not yet. So I could just fill in... probably actually want this. Okay, did that build or not? It did build. All right. Alright. So these are not the best defenses ever, but they're not really expected to do all that much, right? I'm going to run out of steel at this rate. I probably need to actually prioritize getting steel or stop building this. Okay. We build another barbed wire fence inside of this, you know, to keep the ECW mutants from attacking our base. What did I do there? Did I mess up there? No. What happened there? Oh, okay, so those two things aren't connected now because I built them wrong. That sucks. Yeah, the controls can be a little finicky on this game. Like, you can be pretty sure you input something right and it doesn't... You didn't quite hit the right spot. But I believe we've got it. My biggest annoyance now will be if I need to go out and start collecting steel, twisted steel and sex appeal, in order to finish building those wooden barbed wire fences. Because I don't actually know if they require steel or not. I have no idea how long I'm going to have to defend the base. I kind of know this isn't actually the end of the story. I am kind of annoyed that some of the cool shit that you can build as gadgets and traps, you can't just build them permanently, even if you have the resources to do it. Like I built shock traps. I'm not just relying on the ones that were made available by the game just flat out dropping them in my inbox. I'm actually went through and used the recipe to build some more shock traps. But to my annoyance, you can't just build them and have them be in your base like permanently there. Yeah, so now I gotta go check for places where I thought I built something and it didn't take. Okay. So I feel like we've got... Yeah, see? It's like... I know I told you to build one there, game. Kind of curious if I can even see what the stats are on those spiked barricades. Maybe they're not actually better than these, and I should just be building a completely continuous fence of these. Because you can build them so that they don't have gaps, right? Maybe not. Maybe I was fooling myself into thinking that was possible. Maybe the game is trying to do me a favor and saying, JG, you're going to make it so it's like really, really impractical for your own character to maneuver out of his own base. In which case I'll be like, I'm going to climb and jump out, and then when it comes time to return to base, I guess I won't know what to do. I guess I'll teleport back into base. Yeah, boy, there's a whole lot more gaps than I thought there were. I guess every time I was clicking and dragging, I thought I was making a row, and maybe that's not what was happening. Because I thought I could make a row of them where they were, you know, actually adjoining, and they didn't have these little handy-dandy gaps. You could just kind of sidle up between them, which is kind of the problem with them right now. Oh, well. Hey, Reeve. How you doing? So, this is iron. I guess I'll deconstruct these. These can be useful, but they're also kind of just as far as obstructions. But I would imagine in the grand scheme of things, you're meant to get rid of all this kind of stuff. Since you can't really, you know, it's not designed or anything like that, obviously. It's meant to represent the ruins of defenses that were around some kind of Karen core, outcore, I would assume. But the simple fact that I might get a little bit of steel out of it makes it worth tearing them up. But looks like I'm just getting a bunch of iron and screws and some wood. I'm not getting any steel out of this. The Brotherhood of Steel is not going to help me out on this one. Alright, so let's see. What if we do a layer of... This requires wood, nails, and wire. Now wire is going to be our limiting factor here, because we need 3 per. We're unable to construct there. What is the issue here? What am I going to run out of? Seriously, game, what's the issue? Other than the fact that I don't have as much wire as I would like. I don't know what's wrong here. Is that as much as I can build in one stretch? Tell you what, I'm a little nervous about screwing this up, so I'm going to save, quit, and come back in. Because that would be wasting a ton of wire if this doesn't work. So this whole video is going to be base management, huzzah. But, you know, it's a fairly important... I think it's a fairly important mission. I don't know how many more defend your base missions we have. But the game's acting like we're about to potentially win. I guess I know now that I need to send my crews out to get wire. At least until I get this finished. I think once I finish this fence... Hopefully I won't need lots and lots of wire fences, but... It just seems... I mean, it seems useful, right? It's a fence that you can stab through, that the enemies take damage as they attack it. It's a little less resilient than a standard fence, but that's kind of been my main tactic throughout the game, other than standing on top of shipping containers. Customize, strengthen. The number of shown in the name of the item indicates its level of upgrade. Oh, they're talking about Wappets. I was like, can I get special level 2 fences? Completely resilient against bomber attacks. Seems unlikely.
Captain,
Oh, Captain, my
as soon
Captain.
as preparations are complete, access the wormhole digger.
I guess the thing to do would be to see if, is it going to give me a similar... No. What? Damn it. Damn it, game. Well, it doesn't like me going outside of this little quadrant. Oh, no, it doesn't give a crap about that. Or maybe it just doesn't want you building all that much in one shot. So anyway, I think we found... Okay, yeah, it just doesn't want me building all that much at one time. Now I'm going to be really short of wire. So I'm out of wire. And, these barbed wire barricades that I built are what's preventing me from having more wire. So I shouldn't have built all of that. Now I've got these in here I could get rid of. They're kind of my very last line of defense, though. I got a little barbed wire happy with my base design. These things do become a bit of a nuisance after a while, though. My team come back. I sent them out to get, oh, I didn't send them? Ah, shit. I thought I sent them out to get bandages. Go get wire. I know you can get wire. Piano wire is fancier than I actually need. Regular old wire has to be available. No, seriously, guys. Wire has to be available. Piano wire is like a fancy upgrade version. I don't need that. I just need wire. But that is not something they are allowed to go get. Blue is fancier than green, right? Yeah. Oh, jeez. The game just doesn't want me to have nice things. I don't know how many times I'm going to cycle through this before I decide I can't get wire. Well, I can go collect potatoes. This is what I thought I'd send them to do already. Oh, and by the way, that projected losses, I believe, is actually the what they're expected to lose as far as survival and weapon strength. So, kind of a dupe. All right, let's These each only have one. These only have one wire each. So I'd have to get rid of all of them, and it still wouldn't allow me to finish. Well, I only get 2 wires out of those. So I spent more than 1 wire each, but I'm only going to get 2 wires back out of them. So, oops. I was dumb. Well, normal fences only cost iron, so we can finish this level with normal fence. It just won't be as good as I wanted it to be. And I hate this control. It means that I'm going to need to keep an eye out for more wire. Hey, Miranda. And eventually tear this down and put up the wired version. So yeah, I just need to keep an eye out for wires being a more important resource than it had been previously. And if it weren't for the fact that you guys have been watching patiently throughout this video, kind of waiting for me to be ready to go with the next mission, I could just go to some place where I think there's wire, like any of those old ruined human bases, and look for wire. You can even climb it like a regular fence. It really is advantageous in every way, it seems. Alright, so we'll call it a video here. And when we come back, like it annoys me just because of my personality type to have these defenses that don't line up and look the same throughout, but I mean, honestly, I think it's going to be okay. So when we come back next time, we're going to trigger the attack and see what happens. Because it's not going to let me build permanent gun emplacements or permanent shock traps or anything like that. And I can only have 2 guns and 6... although the good news is, I was kind of reminded recently, since I'm at Mother Base, I can run to the extent that I can go through the menus quickly and not freak out. I can lay out shock traps, run to the thing that I use to arm myself, equip more shock traps, lay out more shock traps, lay out more gun embankments, etc. But they will disappear at the end of the mission, so I don't want to just use them like candy. But when you're defending your home base, you do have the ability to do more than just, I can only bring 6 fences with me, like you do when you're doing a wormhole digger that's remote from your base. Because that's becoming my least favorite part of those defense missions. It's like, hey, these are kind of cool, except I literally can't stockpile resources and power through. I can only have 2 guns, 6 shock traps, 6 fences, and 6 mines, or whatever variation. Like, I can't even say, I want lots of fences, so I'm just going to use fences on all my slots and not bring any machine guns. Like, that doesn't seem to be an option. But when you're defending your own base, if you have the ability to quickly get through those menus and not get murdered by zombies while you're at the console trying to re-equip, you should be able to do it. So, we'll see next time.